There we go. I knew I screwed something up.
Hello.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey guys,
Hey, Charlie, you should have a Zoom meeting all day, man. So I know you're
just keep
studying all day.
you
We
just keep
just
my
jump
life
in.
on Zoom.
Yes,
The
since you're studying.
I'm not though. I had to watch soccer all day, man. But
So what did you were watching Manchester United?
holy shit, do you see that?
They hammered them. Yeah, I was watching.
It was bad too. It was bad. Like Southampton didn't even put up a front, man.
I know. They didn't even try.
They kind of gave up, right?
Yeah, they did.
All right.
What happened to Newcastle, man? You guys were
I
leading
don't
that.
know. I don't know. We gave up two stupid goals,
Yes,
obviously.
man.
Um. All right. Here, I'm pulling this up here. Let's share. And we got this. That's not what I want. I want this over here. Oh no, did I miss an appointment? Looks like I did. And we want this up over here. All right. You guys want to do a simulation question?
Yeah, let's do that.
Started off with us. All right. All right.
Hey,
Simulation
Charlie,
question.
before
Yeah.
we start that one, uh, about the cyber ops certification, have you looked into that one? Like what we're going into? I thought like you're also thinking about that, right?
The Cisco one? The
Yeah,
Cisco Cyber Ops Associate that we had in our class book or whatever. I think
yeah.
that's a totally reasonable thing to do. All right. So here's where my head is on certifications right now, guys. I think we only really need
Hmm.
one plus to enter the job market. We need security plus, plus maybe another one that's somewhat related, depending on what you want to do. But I don't know if I'm going to be going for my certified ethical hacker exam until I'm in the career until I'm in the career market. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe get
Oh
a
yeah, yeah.
secondary one
That's
like that.
I think the Cisco one, if you wanna go towards networking, is more of like has to do. It's more Cisco oriented, you know.
Yeah.
But Security Plus, I am leaning towards Security Plus and maybe some kind of AWS certification.
You going all cloudy on
I'm
me?
not going to that route.
I'm with you guys. I don't think I want to mess
Yeah,
around with the cloud. I don't care if I make $50,000 less. I got to do some cool stuff here. But hacking, I mean, cloud could be totally cool.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's not.
I
It could
think
be.
I think I think penetration testing. I think you may need to learn coding.
I don't think it would hurt. I know I need to learn one language at least. Um, and that's
Yeah,
Python. We all
Yeah,
know
Python.
that.
I
Python.
think
I think that's the way to go.
Python. Yeah.
It's funny. I've been jumping the gun all course. You know, I've been like trying to learn Python and do all this other stuff on the side, and it's like we're gonna get to that. um,
Yeah.
I I'm kind of same way, but like I'm thinking like, okay, am I like going? I mean, putting my hands like in too many jars. Like I just need to focus. Like, okay, this is my priority is like security plus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Focus on that one, get it done, and then go to Python. I have Python from Udemy also,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's cool. But like spending some time over there instead of security plus. I mean, the time is like only 24 hours, and you cannot study like 24 hours.
No.
There are like other things too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking about cyber ops certification um,
That's like the one. That's
too.
what I'm saying. I
So
think you can stack that one on top of Security Plus pretty easy. Here, let's see if I'm what I got
we
over
can.
here.
Okay.
I think so.
Do you know any book like we I can get?
Hang on, I'm bringing out my books right now. I'm bringing out my hacker books.
Let me see.
What book? What are you looking to do with the book? What are you looking to learn for the Security Plus for the cyber
Oh,
apps?
For Security Plus, I have this Daryl Gibson's book.
Look how thick that
Yeah,
is.
but like
What
cyber ops.
what's
All right.
what
Cyber
book is
ops. Like
that?
let us.
Penetration testing?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
pen testing.
yeah, pen testing. Okay,
Okay. What about cyber ops?
Python. Okay, good.
Bite-sized
Python. Oh,
Python.
what is that? Can you send me link? That
I can.
looks like
I,
small. Yeah.
it's it's written. It looks like it's all in colors and stuff. It's pretty nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I need to get that one. Can you? Okay. What is mining social media?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
put the titles in there, and then that's the other one I had, the Metasploit.
Yeah.
So these two, Metasploit and the penetration
Metasploit,
testing, are
okay.
from No Starch Press, and that's all they do is stuff like
Okay.
this. That's where you can find those. This is where's the chat? Okay, I've got bite-sized Python. You know it's bite-sized, right? She doesn't know. Bite-sized Python by April Spate. And I don't know about mining social media. I don't know if that's something I really need to do. Here's William Powell. So, mining social media is really more like data science. This one. So, I don't know. I'll probably go into that penetration testing book again after I'm done with whatever. But
Yeah, but you don't have any book for cyber ops, right?
no, I don't
CCNA.
even have. I don't even have a Security Plus book. What's up, William?
Hey, what's
Hey,
going
William, how
on,
are you, buddy?
Hey,
Hey,
buddy.
William.
We were just discussing really quickly certs and what our certification paths are going to be. We don't know what the hell we're talking about. I don't think none of us do.
Yeah,
We're getting there.
man?
but I mean, let's be honest. We know now more
Yeah,
than we ever had before. You know.
Oh yeah,
totally,
definitely. That's
totally, totally.
So, what
All
do you
right.
guys think about yesterday's class?
I was a little perturbed that we got hung up again. Um, but I really feel like we all have to come in there with a lab done to keep the class going fast, and I would never ask
Yeah, come in
anybody.
a little, yeah, ready, but just a lot of
yeah.
people.
I did all of my labs beforehand, like yesterday morning, and only third lab, like I had some questions, but like when he goes through, I will know like what I'm missing or what I did wrong. So, but everything else was like smooth.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what I did is for Windows 10, I first installed like one clean copy. It's still sitting there. I cloned it for my previous class, and now I clone it again from that clean one. It takes like only maybe a minute or so
Mm-hmm.
cloning. And clone it for this class, name it like, okay, Windows 10 CIT.
See, you're talking about just a brand spanking new Windows, huh? Because I
Yeah,
was a little
yeah. Once you
stuffy.
install it, just save that one. Don't use that one. Clone it for your next module. Then clone
It's a
it
good idea.
if you have to.
Because I
Right.
spent the
Yeah,
entirety of the lab
because
time the
like
other night
every
trying to get that downloaded again.
Yeah, that's what I did. This is the first time doing it. As soon as I have a fresh built machine,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
just clone it and then keep it. And then before I use that cloned one, I just clone it again and then use it. You know?
I probably need to do
Yeah.
that. I've just been rehashing my old one over and over again,
right.
Yeah, I think
and I
yeah.
haven't had any
Oh,
problems so far.
I seem like I
Can I tell
ran
you?
I mean
into.
that's just like saving some time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can I tell you guys something interesting?
Yeah.
Remember
Mhm.
yesterday during the lecture, one of the things that he said security professionals shun against is BYOD.
Yeah,
In
they
other
don't like
words,
it.
having your employees bring their own devices.
Uh huh.
And in my organization, only the managers get cell phones. It's always been the case, even though we've been working from home since last March.
So everybody
Well,
brings their own except for them, right?
except for them, right? Well, today we had a meeting, and he announced that everybody's getting a cell phone in the organization because
Interesting.
there's some security that they can't impose on us on our own phones that they can put on these phones. I thought that was very interesting.
Interesting as hell.
You know, I don't think I feel comfortable bringing my own device to the company and so that they can install monitoring tools or anything. I just want my freedom on my own devices.
You know the
Absolutely.
I would
the only
rather have them give me.
the downside though is you
Yeah,
gotta end up we gotta walk around with two phones in your pocket.
Well, that's true.
I know. That's what I did for 17 years with my
Wow.
previous job. So I don't mind that.
Jesus.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
incredible.
if they gave me a
That was
Motorola
the.
flip phone, it'd be different. Like circa 2002 Motorola flip phone, those were the best. All right, shall we dip in?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
Sucky Nut's gonna be, I don't know if Sucky Nut's coming, but she mentioned she mentioned that she was, and Safiatu is gonna be late.
And Safiato, she's late. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Let's answer some questions before she comes.
We'll probably get them all wrong, though,
We
right?
probably will. We probably will. We probably will. Here we are. Let's. This is. We're gonna start with one of these. One of these. What do you call these? Performance questions or simulation questions. These are the ones. Um, what was I gonna tell Mahmoud? I don't remember. But these are the ones where you've got to basically move your mouse over something. So I don't know if this is gonna. This one. Yeah, this won't let us do it. But you just have to try to imagine. You'd be clicking on this down arrow and selecting one of these. So this one's asking, select the appropriate authentication type for the following items. A Retina scan. So we're talking about, I don't know why, I don't think authentication type describes this, but I guess we're talking about something you have, something you own, or something you know, something you are. Those three things. Remember those?
Yeah.
hmm
So with this one, Retina scan, right?
Scan is something you are.
You are.
Darn right. How about a smart card?
Something
Something
you
you
have.
have.
Yep,
You
definitely.
have.
And a hardware token?
Oh,
Don't get too
Something.
confused about these guys. This is actually a physical token too. This is a physical thing.
So
Well, something you
if
have, right?
physical, that's like you have,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think those are. I think those are those things that like pull up are generating random numbers all the time,
Hmm.
allowing you to authenticate, with a different way every time or whatever. Anyway,
Yeah,
moving.
RSA key or something, key fab.
Yeah. Yes. What's the password?
something you know.
You know.
Done. Pin, same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep,
fingerprint
you know.
scan. Fingerprint scan. It's kind of
Something
blocked.
you are.
That's
Something you
right.
are.
That was easy.
I was thinking the
Something you have too,
Retina.
right?
A fingerprint scan. A fingerprint scan. I think the way it's written, it's kind of funny, but I think it's something you are. I think it's talking about your individual fingerprint.
Well, let
But
me ask you this:
I
Can you
was
have
thinking
more than
all of
one
them,
answer?
all given a categories.
I don't know,
Right.
William. Let's find out. Nope. It's one for.
Select the appropriate one. Okay. Then I
I don't
would
think.
probably say all given ones.
Yeah.
If if we do all given one for this one, we have to do all given one for the Retina too. Okay, something you are, something you have, something you have, something you know, something you know, something you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's see about the fingerprint part of it. Does anybody see anything? No, I don't see it.
Something you are includes. Hold up. Go back. Fingerprints,
Something you
retina
are includes
scans. Yeah, you
fingerprints,
are. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we were
voice
right.
recognition.
Yeah.
This is my favorite security control right here. The private
Private
knock.
knock. What's that?
I
Secret
don't
answer.
know. Imagine it's when you're just knocking on somebody's door with a special knock. Like
Oh,
that was my
Yeah.
private knock back in the day.
A special
Yeah.
combination of knocking.
Right.
I
Yeah.
have
When
no
I
idea
knock
where where
In
we
my
left off.
fraternity, we had a special knock.
Did y'all?
It was
Yeah, that's good.
that was it.
We didn't even have a special handshake. We would tell all the freshmen that we did, and they would be like, "I know the special handshake. I know the special handshake," and then there was no special handshake. I have 88 is where we left off. Does anybody have any idea?
I
Oh
think
God.
so. 87 we did, right?
76 is where we started, and then we only did a few that one night.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start from here.
And we'll see. We'll be able to tell if it's something we've already done.
I don't remember this one though.
You don't. I don't.
Neither do I.
It doesn't look familiar to me either. Which of the following security concepts would Emily, the security admin, use to mitigate the risk of data loss? Y'all, data loss. Rec, uh, record time offset, clean desk policy, cloud computing, or routine log review. So when
Let's
we're talking
say
about data loss, what are we talking about? We're talking about PII and other stuff leaking out, right?
yeah.
All right. So that being thought of, now
Okay.
we're trying to.
A and C we can rule out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I
I was
think it's.
saying I would say
I say
D.
D. D.
Yeah.
D.
But I don't know what they mean by record time offset.
I think it's not record, but record.
I
So
mean record. Oh,
you're supposed
record.
to
Yeah.
record the time offset between. I don't know. If you have NTP set up, you shouldn't even be doing that. Frankly,
Hmm.
there shouldn't be a time offset. Um, I like D on this one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, although this is valid, there it is. It's got there it is.
Clean desk policy.
Yeah, it's just it's a security measure of not trying to leave your passwords out and shit like that. But
Yeah.
really,
Wow.
CompTia, really, pass CompTia, really? It didn't seem right, did it?
Routine log the review. It just
What does it say about the log review? Nothing. Um, just know that this clean desk policy is a security control trying to keep passwords off your desk, right?
Right.
Put that in your minds and let's move on. I mean, the heck with it. It's
It's part of
oh,
the
hang on a second. Ooh, I just got it. Look at the last 5 words. Mitigate the risk of data loss. That you're not going to do that with a routine log review.
Mm.
I mean, I guess you could, but you're going to be looking at what's happening. But mitigate is like an active thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we miss Safia to here. She would give us like long
No,
explanation.
Kaiser, no! It's. I love when she gets all fired up.
Yeah.
Charlie, no! All right, a network analyst received a number of reports that impersonation was taking place on the network. Okay, a network analyst received a number of reports that impersonation was taking place on the network. Session tokens were deployed to mitigate this issue and defend against. Here's Nancy. Which of the following attacks?
Which uh
Nancy.
Hi, everybody.
Great
Hey,
seeing you,
hey
Nancy.
Tiger.
Nancy.
How are
It's-
you?
welcome Nancy.
Welcome to the study group. We're on B89 of these CompTia Security Plus questions in passcomptia.com, Nancy. That's just where we've been pulling our questions. See us up here. And I'll just show you real quick. So here we are, Nancy. So we're just plowing through these. And here's what I found out the other day. J is not the end of them. They keep going beyond J. I got up to J 110 at one point. Anyway, back to what we're doing. We're on B89, I believe. So, where were we? A network analyst received a number of reports that impersonation was taking place on the network. Session tokens were deployed to mitigate this issue and defend against which of the following attacks? Okay, so we're talking about this. This is our key word here, people. So
impersonate.
what does that make you think of?
What is Smurf?
Smurf? Oh my God! What is a Smurf attack again? Ah, it's an
I know
attack. It's an
I
attack.
know
I
the
can't
Smurf
remember.
movie.
Yeah, I like the Smurfs. I was a big fan of Gargamel too, the enemy of the Smurfs. But that's not it. I don't think.
If we had Evil Twin here as an answer, it would be easy.
It totally would be. Nancy says DOS or
Oh,
DDoS.
DDoS.
I think
Smurf
it's
is
more
a
of a.
kind of a DDoS.
Is it
Smurf
no
is a kind of a DDoS, yeah,
overflow attack of some kind?
Isn't Smurf like a
which
denial of
large number
service?
of internet.
Okay.
Denial of service.
Yeah. So if that's a
Okay,
denial of
here,
service attack,
I can
this
say
is
that
also a denial of service attack.
intended victim spoofed source IP address are broadcast to a computer network using an IP broadcast address.
Oh, okay, so they're stealing your stuff and putting it out. Okay.
Yeah.
What a weird
Being of
attack.
death, that's kind of DDoS, right?
These three all are DDoS attacks, really, for me. That's why,
These
I
are
mean,
all like the same thing.
this
Yeah.
is a different one. Now, this one right here at the top,
Never
that,
heard of it.
it's like a man-in-the-middle attack, William. It's like you're basically getting in the middle of network traffic and redirecting it. And then you send it back to the place it came from to either cover your tracks or, shall we pull up replay attack?
I think it's Smurf.
Is that just because you like Smurfs?
No, because it actually describes it as when somebody writes spoof the source IP.
Ooh, let's look at that in a second here real quick. All right, so this one is,
Oh,
yeah,
this is fraudulently
yeah,
accepts some data.
it's a man in the middle, yeah, a low level man in the middle attack is a replay attack.
Spoofing attack.
Just think about it this way: you're pulling in info and then you're like bouncing it off your satellite dish, like you're relaying it to your computer, or I think that's what happens.
Yeah, yeah. I
Here
like
we
that
are.
analogy.
Okay, see the man in the middle here and the thing on the right. He sniffs the hash and replays it.
I think we're looking about something like that. So
All right, well, make your choices. I've got A on this one. I'm staying with A.
I got A too, because DDoS and Smurf is the same thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought we were trying to figure out like it was an impersonation, right, taking place on the network. So then you're changing the tokens.
Ah, okay.
Well, the answer is A.
Is it A?
Yeah. Valid data
So
transmission
what
is
about the
malicious.
question that? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry, sirs.
No. Go ahead, Nancy. What
Oh,
were
go
you
ahead.
saying?
Go ahead. Read the.
Okay. Form of network attack in which a valid data transmission is maliciously or fraudulently repeated or delayed. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Here's your example. What were you saying, Nancy?
Well, I was just going to ask you guys, like, what about that, right? Because I just looked at it as that impersonation, like where we're pretending to be somebody else, right? That's why I went with spoof.
See, that put me on man in the middle right off the rip.
Right.
And the one that felt like a man in the middle attack was replay. I don't know. I don't know how best to think about
Oh,
that
yeah, because
question.
the other, like you said, the other three are DOS attacks, but the difference for I thought on this particular Smurf, right, was because of that. I guess that's the same thing, right? No, because the other DOS aren't spoofing somebody else's IP source. Okay.
Think about the end result, though. You're either gonna DOS them, or in this case, you're just going to. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this.
It kind of also helps you figure it out, right? Because if the three are DOS, then it most likely would not be DOS, right?
Right.
That was my mindset. Yeah.
Unless they said choose two or something like that.
They said choose two. I was gonna be up in the air.
And then ping of death. I don't remember what it was though.
Which of the following will allow Peter, a security analyst, to trigger a security alert because of a tracking cookie?
Which of the following?
I threw that in there for you, Nance. Trigger alert because of a tracking cookie. We've got network-based firewall. We've got anti-spam software, host-based firewall, and anti-spyware software.
C.
Well, I believe we are looking at a firewall thing, one way or another.
Yeah,
Trigger a security alert because of a tracking cookie. Mahmoud says C, host-based firewall.
I'm with C as well.
I tend to agree with him, yeah. Let's find out. Tracking
Hold
cookie.
on. Is that spyware software or something?
I don't think it is.
Is that even a thing? Because
No, I don't think it is.
a tracking cookie could be a spyware, you know, if it is a thing.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Which of the following will allow Peter, security analyst, to trigger a security alert because of a tracking cookie? It's still, he's on the wrong side of it. He's a security analyst. He's not going to be using anti-spyware. Maybe that would... somebody else read this question, would you? I can't wrap my mind around this. Or I'll read it
Which
again.
of the following will allow Peter, a security analyst, to trigger a security alert because of a tracking cookie?
Boy, you got me thinking, Mahmoud, that you might be right about that anti-spyware. I've never heard of that, though. I'm staying with my C.
I'm staying with C too.
It's D. Wow. Look at the big brains on Mahmoud. Spyware monitors a user's activity and uses network protocols to report it to a third party without the user's knowledge. Hang on
Wow.
a second. I gotta mute this TV. So I don't understand what's going on here even. What's going on here? He's a security analyst, but he's anti-spyware? I don't get it. Who's coming in? Here comes Aiden. Do you guys hate that one like I do, or what?
Yeah, because I just went through and I was like, hey, host-based firewall tracking cookie.
Hey,
And
Aiden.
then,
Yeah.
it's funny what it came back with though, is this question
I don't know what to make of it.
where same thing, tracking cookie.
I've never heard of this.
So on this one, like I said, it immediately came back with tracking cookie, anti-spyware software.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think a firewall blocks cookie. Maybe it does block some cookies, but most of the website, if you don't allow cookies, it won't open up for you. But I don't know. I always want to think of cookies something that's tracking you and trying to collect data.
Hey,
Yikes.
wow.
Yeah, that's how I feel, William.
Makes sense.
That's how I feel. Aiden, what's up, man?
What's up, everyone? How you doing?
Hey,
bud.
Aiden.
Hey, then.
All right, B91. Which of the following solutions provides the most flexibility when testing new security controls prior to implementation? A trusted OS, a host software baselining, OS hardening, and virtualization.
Should be an easy one. It's D. Yeah, D.
I sure would like to think it was D.
I mean, come on, people. Let's get it. There we are.
Woo!
All right.
1 of 3. I'm on my way. 33%.
Yeah, that's. I think that'll get you a passing grade, 33%.
Yeah.
I took this before. I took that pre-test before I ever started studying, and I got 53 out of 100 and something. So it was about
that's
51.
Not bad though.
It was 51% to start. That was my baseline, if you will.
Yeah. We need 75, right?
We need.
850.
Yeah. No, 760, I think. 760
Okay.
out of 900.
So a solid C.
Yeah. You can only get maybe. I forgot what the percentage is, but I had it at one time. It's a small percentage. Wrong. It's like, I think it's single digits, like 9% or something. All right. This one looks intimidating. A company hosts its public websites internally. The administrator would like to make some changes to the architecture. The 3 goals are: 1, to reduce the number of public IP addresses in use by the web servers. 2, to drive all the web traffic through a central point of control. These are all good ideas. 3, Mitigate automated tasks that are based on IP address scanning. Oh man, my head is too full of stuff right now. Wow. Which of the following would meet all three of those goals? You've got a firewall, you've got a load balancer, you've got a URL filter, and you've got a reverse proxy.
Here's another picture.
I'm going with reverse proxy.
Same.
Yeah.
You like that? You guys like that one? Why? Because of this first part? Reduce? No, that's not.
I think because that's not what the firewall does. That's not what the load balancer does. That's not what the URL does. But reverse proxy, I think that's what it is.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you do drive all the traffic there. It allows you to kind of also host like more of those IP addresses, right? So you're not having to check everything. It actually stores some of those and whatnot. So I don't know. That's my thought. But I like.
Okay.
I also like how Mahmood answered it, though. It's not. It doesn't tend to be those other three when you're looking at the goals.
Yeah. And listen, I don't think we need to think about these too deeply. Like if you don't understand what a load balancer is, that's a different thing. But I mean, I say just do the questions. Look at that, guys.
Awesome. Maybe we should all take the test together. Combine our answers.
Yeah.
I don't know
So-
if that'll be enough.
So a company will hire us all for one job.
All right. Somebody read this one, would you? Let me shut this off. Why are you
Okay.
talking? Why are you
The
on?
network admin is responsible for promoting code to applications on a DMZ web server. Which of the following processes is being followed to ensure application integrity? Application hardening, firewall review, application change management, patch management. Enterprise is responsible for promoting code.
I'm going with either A or C.
Talk me through it,
I
Nancy.
feel more.
You feeling good about them? Like
Oh,
application
okay.
hardening.
I don't think it's, now that I'm reading the definition, I don't like it.
Well, look at the last word. Now let's think about that last word, integrity. Think about it in the CIA triad. Maybe that'll help us figure it out.
I would go with A.
Yeah,
I'll
I
go with
would.
A.
I would too.
You like that one, Aiden? I like that one too.
For that reason you were just talking about, integrity is like making sure that it stays as it's supposed to stay, and the hardening would be the most logical of those four options for that. So
Yeah, it describes it as some sort of a process of sort of right obfuscation, white box cryptography and whatnot.
I'm trying to think of what words are harder to say than obfuscation.
I didn't used to
don't
have a problem with it, but now I sure do.
know. I do now. I just
Obfuscation.
change
Change
management.
Change
The
I was
structure.
just starting to pull it up.
Yep.
Man.
SMZ server.
What's it say? Change is the structured prop.
SMZ web server.
Don't worry
Is that
about
a typo?
Yeah,
No,
but it's
even if
structured
it is,
process
it doesn't
while they
matter.
secure company's assets.
It doesn't matter. It still makes sense, I guess.
Never heard of that though.
yeah.
Application change management.
Yeah.
Well, I've definitely heard of change management in these questions we've been going through, and that's having a process in place when you're going to make a change to make the change. I'm like brain dead tonight. All right, moving on. 'Cause that's what we do. We move on. 94. I wouldn't ask anybody to read this. I'll read this piece of garbage. In order to enter a high security data center, users are required to speak the password into a voice recognition system. And a member of the sales department overhears the password and upon speaks it Wow, that's really weird.
The whole
And
sentence
upon
is messed up.
It is, it is. She speaks it into the system. The system denies her entry and alerts the security team. Which of the following is the most likely reason for her failure to enter the data center? An authentication factor, discretionary access, time of day restrictions, or least privilege restrictions? Like a lot of these, I feel that there's two red herrings and two decent answers.
Authentication factor. No, actually,
I say
D.
D,
Least
least
privilege. Yeah,
privilege
least privilege.
restrictions.
But they said overhears the password.
Yep.
So
Go
Yeah.
with
Here's the
A.
password.
I think she's not supposed to be there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If
she's
it's
not supposed.
if
That's the
it's
definite thing. She's not supposed to be there. She's from the sales. Has
yeah, sales
nothing to
wouldn't
do
go
with.
into a high security data center like that.
Nope, but she
Yeah.
thought she could get in there by knowing this password, and she got a harsh lesson in reality when which kicked in. Authentication factor? I think that's it. Because
I think
it's
so.
It might
right.
be.
Discretionary access, that doesn't feel right. That's how she could get in. I mean, if somebody gave her access. Time of day restrictions, that's ridiculous. And least privilege restrictions does sound right.
I think that's a red herring, like you say.
It
Yeah.
might be.
Maybe.
So the definition for authentication factor is a special category of security credential that is used to verify the identity and authorization of a user attempting to gain access, send communication, or request data from a secured network, system, or application.
Oh, that's a no-brainer then.
Yeah, you're a fast reader,
Oh,
by the way.
man.
All right. Let's find out.
Oh,
Hey.
I can slow
There
down.
we go.
No, I thought it was great. To be able to read fast and read clearly is really a skill. All right, so we know about those authentication factors. So which authentication factor did she not have? Something you are, right?
Yeah. Because remember, Gary was talking about, like, I can't remember the 5 things, right? It was like the code, something personal, right?
Yeah.
Your
Wait a second.
eye,
I
then
just
a
thought of.
key.
See, she picked off the password, so she had the something you know part of that, but she couldn't change the fact that something you are is something you are. That's
Yeah.
why
Well,
she wouldn't.
sometimes some of these security devices have voice modulators. In other words, they learn your voice,
Yes, that's what's going on here, I
and
think.
and so they know the face and they know the voice. She's screwed.
So put it up next to like Retina scan and things like that, because that's what it is. It's like it's something you are, right? So, all right. Everybody feel good about that one?
Got a fingerprint or retina scan.
Fingerprint retina scan?
We had the question earlier, right before you came in, Nancy, about that.
Oh,
then,
really? Retina scan?
Yeah, about retina scan. Yeah, and on description they talked about voice recognition.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now we know.
How many movies have you seen the guy rip the guy's eye out to use it in the retina scan? A million.
Yeah, a million times. Right?
Or tear off
Or-
his fingertips
yeah,
to use
yep,
their.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's Hollywood version of that. All right. Let's. Somebody want to read this one? B95.
Security analysts discovered data such as images and Word documents hidden within the different types of files.
Easy.
Which of the following cryptographic concepts describes what was discovered?
D.
Let's see. I think Hickory had the video on LinkedIn about that.
I've been doing this for years. Steganography.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
burying links. I usually bury links
Yeah.
in there in certain places. Like an image I'll share. If you know I'm doing it, you'll move your mouse around it, and you'll all of a sudden find a link.
Study or practice of concealing information within objects such as a way to deceive the viewer.
Yep.
There you
Steganography.
go. Wow.
This is one of the few definitions that's stuck from the beginning for me.
That's a good one. I knew it existed. I just didn't know the name.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just hiding your stuff behind you can do that. You don't have to use an image either. Blah 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 blah. Okay, moving on. We feel good about that. I do at least. Kais, you want to read this one?
The security admin runs an RPM verify command, which records the MD5 sum, permissions, and timestamp of each file on the system. The admin saves this information to a separate server. Which of the following describes the procedure the administrator has performed? Host software baselining, file snapshot collection, TPM, or ROMDB verification?
All right, let's go through the answers real quick. And as far as do we understand what those things are? Host software baselining. Do we feel like we have an understanding about this? For me, that's when you're getting the initial level of traffic that software is creating, and then you compare to that baseline. Is that how you all see it?
Huh.
I've never heard of never heard of this, but I can imagine what it is. TPM, Kaiser, do you remember this? I know we've had this, Mahmoud.
I know we had it, but
I did. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
I know we had this one, but like
Oh my God,
Sorry.
guys. Today I couldn't get in my computer because it said that my TPM device was not detected. I'm telling you the honest God truth. I couldn't get in my computer. I had to call the help desk. They said that I can't bring the computer in until next week. He said, just keep trying to reboot it. And I kept doing it. And about 12:30, I got in. But this was the error.
Weird.
TPM device
What a
was not
coincidence.
detected.
It
What a
says it's a trusted platform module.
Yep.
It's a secure cryptographic integration circuit, provides hardware-based approach to manage user authentication, network access, data protection, and more that takes security at a higher level.
Yeah, that's what
Software.
happened.
Trusted platform management, y'all. I don't know what ROMDB is.
Trusted platform module for whatever. Yeah,
Trusted platform module. I think that's the answer to the question. I don't know what this is.
I'm going.
You got it? All right.
I'm looking it up.
I haven't. ROM. Think about that. ROMDB. ROM database? Memory database?
Oh, it's actually, I think what we're looking for though. ROMDB verification. The security administrator runs an RPM verify command, which records the MD5 sum, permissions, and time set. It's like the definition.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where was that definition from, Nancy, you just pulled?
CompTia examtest.com, security, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, well, that's probably where they're getting these questions. Because if you wouldn't, I couldn't imagine they'd be worded just the same.
Hopefully I wasn't. Yeah.
Okay, that's one to put in our notebooks for later, y'all. ROM DB verification. God, I don't think we've come across that.
It's actually the same question. Like I pulled.
As what? The one we had earlier?
Yeah, the one that we just had. Yeah.
Records the MD5 hash permission or MD5 sum permissions and timestamps of each file on the system. All right, I think that's just a term we need to integrate into our learning.
Yeah, because right now, the main things that are pulling up all just have to do with the CompTia exam, and it's the same question.
You guys want to take a detour into ROMDB? We could just, all we have to do is click this little link here, and we can just do questions about ROMDB.
Yeah, let's do that so it sticks a little bit more.
Let's see what we can find out about ROMDB. Oh, there's only one. Forget it.
Well, I was hoping maybe it was going to somehow provide a definition, but all right.
That's also a good way to think about these terms, guys. If there's this linking system on whatever website you're looking to study, and it's got the same kind of linking system, like click on it and see how many things there are. Like how many software. See, there's only one question in the entire, and all of these 11,000 questions. There's only one of these and one of these.
Huh.
So that's just to keep in mind. But there it was, right there. All right. That's funny. It read just like the question. I'll read this one. Which of the following is an attack vector that can cause extensive physical damage to a data center without physical access?
HVAC.
HVAC, says Mahmoud.
C,
yeah.
Okay, we've got CCTV system access. We've got dial-up access. changing environmental controls, which you guys like, and ping of death.
Yep.
Now,
It says physical damage.
Yeah.
Without physical access.
without physical access. This one doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
This one doesn't make any sense. That seems to make sense.
Mhm.
This,
What is the ping of death?
What's a ping of death again?
it's a DDoS attack. It's when you're firing ping requests at a, or HTML, or what, not HTML, but whatever that protocol is, request at a computer. And it slows it all down or breaks it, is a ping of death. It's another DDoS attack.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know we went through it before, but I just
Mhm.
see.
Environmental systems include heating, air conditioning, humidity control, fire suppression, and power systems. All these functions are critical, yeah. So, environmental controls, I'm thinking about, as you said, HVAC.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about unlimited power supply a little bit. And then I guess this stuff. What can happen when you change the environmental controls? All right.
Well, so the interesting thing about that, at least for me, from a national security, I mean, or even just, I mean, whatever security standpoint, is our utilities infrastructure is in no way guarded or
Safe?
protected.
No.
And moving forward, the bulk of our energy consumption is going to be for server farms, you know, because the more and more we go to, right? So that's what you'll see a lot of them now are going out in the middle of nowhere, right? Like I know a lot are going into Iceland, right? Places that already have cooling, you know,
Yep.
just in the external environment.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of that, because they're so far away, but you still have to have all this other security around it. So it's interesting to see it privatized, right, versus nation states.
You remember when someone brought those data center underwater? It's actually a thing.
It is.
Yeah.
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 It makes sense, too. I mean, it's just if you can cool that way. Because what are we talking about when we're talking about data centers? We're talking about just it's heating and cooling. That's half the battle, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google is experimenting with those kind of things. So
Yeah.
they have
Oh,
resources, money,
that reminds me. One of the
and
few things I've gotten from the dark web that I didn't find on the open web was where Google's data centers were. They had all 13 listed there on some website I was on, and they showed you on the map where they were. Oh, sin ack. All right, review the following diagram depicting communication between PC1 and PC2 on each side of a router. Analyze the network traffic logs which show communication between the two computers as captured by the computer with IP 10.2.2.10. So I don't know if that's meant to be a diagram or just a words.
Yeah, that's a diagram. So give me above it and this is above. Oh Lord.
I don't know what to make of this. Let's look at the answers. We've got, given the above information, which of the following can be inferred about the environment? That's a web server. The web server listens on a non-standard port. And when I see non-standard port, I see this right here. See that one? The
Yeah.
router filters port 80 traffic, and the router implements NAT. All right, I think one thing to think about with this is that this is the initial command from one, or the initial communication from one computer. This is the response, and that's the response to that. So there should be two IP addresses. So I guess this one here,
Dot 2.2.1
and
and 10.2.2.10.
yeah.
Mhm.
So then this should repeat down here, which it does, but then it goes to this weird port number,
No, that's the same as above.
except for the port.
Port's the
No,
same,
to the
3030.
left.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
To the
Thank
left.
you. Thank you. I see it. Thank you.
Because it's DST is destination, so
Yeah,
he's
there you go,
responding.
William.
Yeah. And SRC is source.
Yep. Good thought, Aiden. That's right. So that still begs the question. What can we infer about the network? See this 192.
I like A.
It's the web server.
PC1.
Because isn't that how we do that handshake and whatnot? It has to go to the server to say yeah, right?
You're talking about
Although
handshake
that
when
doesn't, wait a minute, now that I
Whenever-
said that, that doesn't make sense.
well, whenever you've got act, you've got a handshake going on of some kind.
Yeah, but my web server wouldn't be the one to initiate the handshake, would it? Oh, no, it could be.
The web server I thought would be the one that responds because
Can you
it's served.
scroll? Can you scroll a little bit up?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here.
PC1 to
2210 diagram. Okay. IP address. Okay, so this packet is captured from 10 to 10.
Yeah. Well, is it originating at 10.2.2.10? I got it originating here.
Yeah, it's saying the router on the inside is known as 192.168.1.1, but outside it's seen as 10.2.2.1.
Oh, that's a
So that's
that's
the
a-
router's address.
that's a gem, Nancy. How'd you know that? Damn, nice.
So it's not this a NAT. The NAT inside you have an address, and outside you have a different address.
That sounds about right, Mahmoud. I do remember
Public.
that.
Yep,
Public and private.
Yeah.
Network address translation.
yep, perfect.
It sounds right, doesn't it?
Yep,
Boom.
nice, Mahmoud.
Nice.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take the exam tomorrow.
Nice.
Mahmoud
No,
just drops the mic and
Put my
walks
money
out.
on Mahmoud.
Boom.
Drops the mic and walks out. Wow. You got the two hardest ones tonight, Mahmoud. Good for you. B99. Your read, Mahmoud. Mr. Know-it-all.
Matt. Okay. Matt, a security analyst, needs to select an asymmetric encryption method that allows for the same level of encryption strength with a lower key length than is typical necessary. Which of the following encryption methods offers this capability? Toolfish, I don't know what it is. We know Diffie-Hellman, ECC, and RSA.
Twofish is it's like its cousin Blowfish are symmetric encryption algorithms.
Symmetric, okay.
And they're super secure too, I think.
I think it's Diffie-Hellman.
Okay.
That's because that's the only one I know.
No, it's because what you do with Diffie-Hellman is in order to make the symmetric encryption happens, you use Diffie-Hellman one time, which is the asymmetric to pass the key.
Okay.
Yes. It's the
And the
I think that's what
RSA,
it is.
it is a
It's
crypto system, right? But it's not an asymmetric encryption, right? That's that one that's named after the three guys, Rivas, Tremere.
Yeah. I don't know if that's not an asymmetric encryption. I can't remember if it's symmetric or let's see in my
This one
notes.
just
I think
it's using an algorithm.
I think it's an encryption method.
Encryption method, RSA.
Yeah. I don't know what ECC is.
It's an
Okay.
algorithm encryption.
Yeah, algorithm encryption. Yeah.
What's ECC, guys? Do we know?
Have no clue.
Elliptical curve cryptography? Kaiser? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last. Wow, these concepts are many and difficult. ECC.
It's Early Childhood Center.
It's elliptical curve. Yeah, there it is. It's an asymmetric algorithm. I don't know what. That's all I know about it.
ECC is?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
But I like Mahmoud's description of the
Diffie-Hellman.
yeah. How
Was that
Diffie-Hellman
based on
works.
what Tamara told us?
Maybe. Tamara knows a lot. Okay, one more read, and then we're gonna move on. Matt, a security analyst, needs to select an asymmetric encryption method that allows for, okay, real quick, just stopping real quick. So we're looking for one of those.
Asymmetric, yeah.
Yeah,
this-
it's
so this is
Diffie
out.
Hellman. Yeah.
That's out. Okay. That allows for the same encryption strength with a lower key length.
Then
EC
typically.
ECC is also symmetric encryption. It's known as the elliptical curve
Oh, wow.
cryptography.
I have it right there under my asymmetric list. That's not good. All right, so we're gonna go with B on this
C.
one. C.
C.
I got here some C's.
I'm going
saying
with
C.
Diffie-Hellman,
Yeah, I do too.
I'll follow
although
the
I can
crowd.
talk myself into and out of anything, so.
Mm-hmm.
Father of
Wow.
hell!
Wow.
Jesus criminy.
I even read the stupid description.
Asymmetric. That's
What was it
keyword.
asking for?
I
Asymmetric
thought it asked for
method.
asymmetric.
Okay.
This is,
Well,
man.
Nancy, what's the result here? I thought you just told me ECC was.
I did too. I mean, this is, I mean, it's all based on what Wikipedia said, but I
Sure.
apparently
They didn't write the test.
I read quickly incorrectly, right?
Hey, Charlie, can you
That's
scroll
what
up?
it says, right? That's what I read. I just
How's that?
posted to chat.
Oh gosh.
Applicable for key agreement, digital signatures, pseudo-random generators, and other tasks. Indirectly, they can be used for encryption by combining the key agreement with a symmetric encryption scheme. They are also used in several integer factorization algorithms based on elliptical curves that have applications in cryptography, such as Lenstra elliptic curve, right? So that's why I was like, it never, you know, at that point, I didn't get all the way down, but it never calls out it's a asymmetric system.
At the same time, though, like in the question, it says allows for the same level of encryption strength with a lower key length. And so I read that same thing where it says there ECC allows smaller keys compared to non-EC cryptography. So that's what kind of got me like thinking that might have been it, but
I think that's a good thought, Aiden. I think that's well thought out and well reasoned. All right, well, just when you think you know something, just when you think you're getting somewhere,
Saviatu wouldn't have missed it.
well, let's leave her out of this.
For the principle, the key cryptography based on the algebra structure of elliptical overframe field.
I had no clue. I never heard that before.
Aiden and Nancy, we're always referring to Safiatu because she's going to join us too a little bit, but she knows everything. She knows everything.
Yeah, she could take.
She's
the
been
test
good early
tomorrow.
on, right?
Huh? I don't know when
She's been really good early on.
She's been the leader in the clubhouse, bro. I mean, she's got all the answers. Yes, Charlie. Yes, because it's public key cryptography.
And explanations. It's not just the answers. She'll give you an explanation.
Hey, Professor Messer said that.
Yeah, Professor Messer said this. Professor Messer said that. All right. Kais, you want to read?
100. Okay. Computer evidence at a crime scene is documented with a tag stating who had possession of the evidence at a given time. Which of the following list? Okay. System, image capture, record time, offset, order of volatility, chain of custody. Who had possession of the evidence at a given time?
A doesn't make any sense, does it, guys? System image capture? I mean, you could... No. And again, record time offset? It's a drunken fool's answer.
I just went with I watch a lot of TV. It's the chain of custody.
Yeah, absolutely. It sure is. It sure is.
I'm on a Law and Order binge right now, so chain of custody has been.
Yeah, same.
Dude, I used to be a big sound effects guy, and I would be in these like group meetings, and I'd be talking, and I'd play like the Law and Order sound. I loved it. Chain of custody. Give us the answer.
Yep.
Deals with. So this is kind of weird. This question. This puts us into a weird place. Like we're talking about crime scene. I mean, I know it could happen at any organization, but.
Well, you think about it, though. I'm not going to call it necessarily the data center, but what they were getting into just before you move forward was, right, where and how it's stored and somebody's access to it. And, you know, it's that same as when we look at physical evidence is the same as the quote unquote, right, that data or electronic evidence we're talking about. And the CIA, right, is it triad, I think. It's interesting to consider it.
Yeah, we'll be in charge of one realm of evidence if there is something that happens.
When setting up a secure wireless corporate network, which of the following should Peter, an administrator, avoid implementing? EAP, TLS,
Should download this one.
PAP, WEP, or WPA?
Was that, oh shit, I love this question, Kaiser?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think it is? Let's go over the protocols first, guys. Which are good protocols here, or which are crappy protocols? We've got EAP, TLS, PEEP, WEP, and WPA. I mean, really, there's only one crappy one here for me. And by crappy, I mean insecure. That puppy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That puppy is not nearly as secure as this puppy.
Yeah, that's not secured as is EAP.
EAP, and
EAP and EAP, TLS and PEEP are kind of same, right? Very close to each other.
we
I
got.
think one came after the other.
Uh-oh, guys. Here she comes.
Okay. Now we'll get explanation.
Now we'll get all the answers we need.
Aiden probably didn't even know that Safiatu would be somebody who knows everything because she's so quiet in class. Hey, Safi.
Oh, yeah.
We missed you.
I know, right?
We considered not going on without you.
Yeah, I texted you I was gonna be late.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
We were struggling with a couple of these. We really needed you, Saviatu.
Yeah, we've been battling. We're having a rough night so far. Let's talk about this one, Safi. While setting up a secure wireless corporate network, which of the following should Peter, an administrator, avoid implementing? EAP, TLS, PEEP, WEP, or WPA?
Wait a minute, let me fix my.
Yeah, she's just getting settled. I think we all feel pretty good about this one. I've got to work on these two, though. That's secure. That's secure.
I have a feeling that I just saw these. I read them somewhere. Isn't it on last exam we had to?
Maybe.
You just started? Wow.
It's a shitty protocol. Although I shouldn't really use it because I'm sure, like it says here, there are times to use it.
Let
When
me
you,
see.
Safi, if you're talking to us,
She said she wanted to see the question.
oh, I'm sorry, love.
Oh, well. Yeah, he should avoid C because C is weak. Remember?
Weak. Yeah. WEP.
This is weak. It's wired. Yeah,
Wireless.
Equivalent privacy.
Subnet to privacy. Yeah, it's wired. So this is the old version of D.
Yeah. This is the predecessor.
Yeah.
You know how you break this, guys? You use brute force. You can crack these passwords.
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Easily.
We're on to C2. Aiden, you want to read this one, bud?
Sure, let's do it. During a routine audit, a web server is flagged for allowing the use of weak ciphers. Which of the following should be disabled to mitigate this risk? Select 2. SSL 1.0, RC4, SSL 3.0, AES, DES, TLS 1.0.
And let's remember here, we're being asked which of the following should be disabled.
Weak. Because they're
Disabled.
weak.
Right. That's the weak ones. So
I think it's SSL 1.0.
And
yeah,
And
one
TLS 1.0.
TLS.
one and F.
Oh, is it
I'm
2?
sorry. I'm sorry. A and F.
A and
And F, yeah.
This is weak, y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weak, but it's strong. This
Strong
is
compared to.
strong. Yeah, I think it has 64 bits. Or
Mm.
it is 64 or more. Yeah.
What? You know that? You know that has 64 bits?
Yeah, you
You've
have to
gone
know.
off the rails.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. All right. So what do you
Well,
like, Safi? You like A and F?
A and F.
A and F, I believe.
What's D?
I don't know. I don't know
D
D and E, so I'm going with those two.
D
That's
is the
a strong.
D is advanced. Advanced.
encryption standard.
Yeah. This is used for the government. It's a very strong.
Oh God.
Yeah. Algorithm. It's very strong.
And what DES stands for? Google?
D.
I don't know, but I can tell you that DES has 3 versions, and I think the 3rd version was just
So-
ruled also insecure, in addition to the first 2.
AES is Advanced Encryption Standard, and then DES is Data Encryption Standard.
Oh,
Oh boy.
okay. So I know TLS 1.0 it's not, and SSL.
What are the good ones here? We've got this one, and I suppose we could put reverse cipher 4 in there as far as the secure one. So we're left to EF and A.
I know even SSL 2.0 is not secure.
No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I believe it's A and F.
A and F.
I'm gonna
F.
part with
A
the
and F.
eminent Safiato on this one. I'm gonna go A and D. Or, excuse me, A and E. A and E.
Hey.
E.
I feel like TLS 1.0 is actually
E
stronger.
is
I
strong.
think isn't it TLS came after SSL?
TLS is the successor to SSL, yeah.
Yeah. So
All
I
right.
found it really. I think SSL 1, SSL 3.
So you feel like both SSLs are the answer?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys ready to find out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. A and
A
E.
and E.
I got one
E.
finally.
Oh, wow.
I got that one. I don't know why.
TLS is not. Yeah, TLS is weak.
Wasn't that the weakest?
Oh, maybe it's not the weakest.
Weakest link, baby. We're looking for the 2
But
weakest.
here,
Yeah.
TLS1 and SSL1 both have noun vulnerabilities have been replaced by later versions.
Yes.
Any system running should have them disabled. It doesn't say like yes. It says
It's kind of
Yes, ain't even an answer.
it's kind of a contradictory answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's A and F.
yeah.
Do you think it is?
Yeah. It's A and F. I think they
I don't
made
know
a
if I-
mistake.
I don't know.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
I don't think they make mistakes
Yeah, I
on
think
this
they just
website.
mistyped, but the answer seems to
Don't
say
even
AF.
mention DES.
Yeah, they don't even talk
DES
about
is
DS.
so dumb that no one should ever have it on any system they're on. That's how I know what it is.
Let's do a Google DES versus TLS
Yeah, Google it.
1.0. Oh,
Yes.
TLS
Yeah, you need an E for the DES.
DES.
Oh. Oh, this one. Do you know how they differ? Let's find out how much you know. Oh Christ.
What's
One
reading?
Here's a term we'll see right here.
That's the
X5
encryption method.
an X509 is
It's not. I thought
it's related to it, but I wouldn't call it itself an encryption method.
that's what it said in the description earlier on that question. No.
I don't know. All right, that was tricky. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. What do you guys think?
They made a mistake.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
I
use
think they made a mistake in their typing.
certificate. Yeah, I think it's a typo.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry to have you. You're heartbroken. You're heartbroken right now, Charlie.
All right. Well, the point was we left that at least talking about which were secure and which weren't. All right. All executive officers have changed their monitor location so it cannot be easily viewed when passing by their offices. You guys know how to do that? It's a pretty sweet little thing you put on your screen. Which of the following attacks does this action remediate? Dumpster diving, which I love to do, impersonation, which I love to do, shoulder surfing, which I also love to do, and whaling, which I love to do.
Shoulder surfing.
That's right, isn't it?
But
Makes sense.
this one is easy.
Yeah.
So what do they do?
What? They
You
what?
said,
They
you said you said they put the little thing in the screen? Or-
yeah, it's just a screen filter. It's just so you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
see
yeah,
it. You
yeah.
can't see it at an angle. You have to be straight
yeah.
on.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yep. That's got to be C, right, y'all? Let's find
Yeah.
out. Yep.
I'm always
Good.
surprised with how many times you walk by like a bank or some sort of financial institution, right? And they're always the ones that have all the windows. And you
Mhm.
just look in and some guy's desk, right? And the screen is up and showing back, and you're like, it's so crazy.
I mean, don't kid yourself. I mean, people use like telescopes in urban environments to read people's computers and shit. I mean, it happens. All right, who's up on this one? Safi, you want to read this one?
Yeah, you want me to read it? Or
Sure.
Go ahead, read it. Go ahead.
All right. An auditing team has found that passwords do not meet best business practices. Which of the following would most increase the security of the passwords? A, password complexity. B, password, and this is a select two, guys. B, password expiration. C, password age. D, password length. And E, password history. So which of the following would most increase the security of the passwords? And I guess the only clue as to what they're expecting is this here, best business practices.
A and D.
Yeah,
it-
A and D.
it should be
Password length, password expert, yeah.
No, I think it has to do with the expiration too. The password, having a password expiring every like 90 days is one of the really good security measure for passwords. But I don't know, age and expiration is the same thing. What does that mean?
I mean, you're talking about process things that you do as part of your process. I think that this one's almost more simple than that.
Yeah,
Password-
like
Password,
that. Go ahead, Kaiser. Sorry.
yeah, password age is like how long you have to wait
Before
Oh,
you
before you
can
use
change
the
the password.
Yep.
Okay.
Before you can change the password.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
password history will not allow you to use your previous
Same one. Yep.
the used one.
I mean, let's be honest. These are all things that you do,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I know password expiration is part of it. It's gotta
Yeah, and I think that's important too. Like I know, like, and when I was interning at USA Baseball, we had like to reset our passwords every 3 months.
You
In the
interned
question
at USA
itself-
Baseball.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I'll talk to you guys about it a little bit.
God.
But when I'm looking at the question, it says it most increases the security of the passwords. I'm guessing that means of the passwords themselves. You would say complexity and length would be like the top two. Like expiration, you can't
yeah.
really like.
I think
doesn't
that's
really affect the password itself.
security.
I think you read that exactly right.
Yeah. Okay.
A and D.
Does that? Yeah, I think Aiden read that perfectly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally
Good
got
job.
one right.
Good job, guys. Passwords should have strength to avoid discovery through attack, but it should also be easy to use for the user to remember. Like, blah blah blah.
What I would say though is when you go back up after that, right, is going to be the expiration and then the history, because that's the same at my company. I have to do it every 90 days.
Yeah, it's 90 days. It's
And I'm not allowed to use something that I think it's been used within the last year.
Right.
So they also.
I mean,
keep track of
these are all excellent measures to take regarding password security.
age, I think, is really
but like
expiration,
Aiden
so I
say, is
can-
within the password itself. Like
Yeah, that's the way Aiden read it. Is the way I
Yeah.
think you're supposed to read it. It's actually of the passwords themselves.
yeah.
So A and D makes sense.
And the word most is capitalized.
Most.
Yeah.
And now, why is that capitalized?
Because it's saying it wants all. I infer from that all of these are good.
That's right. That's exactly what I was hoping to get out of you. That's exactly what I got out of it.
I also picked A and D. I thought it was good to talk about the other two because, like we said, it was like we know they're all a part of it, but how and when, right?
Yeah.
Although password age, I guess I think that's a toss away. Like I think that's really expiration.
Yeah, same.
Those almost get into your policy. Ah, shit. I guess the password complexity would also be part of your policy. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
All right. Nancy, want to read? Or somebody?
Sure.
I'm just picking on
Which
you.
of the following security devices can be replicated on a Linux-based computer using IP tables to inspect and properly handle network-based traffic? Sniffer, router, firewall, switch. Now I have to go back and read it for understanding.
Yeah, I can't read it I can't understand it when I read it.
I think it's A, Nmap or something like that. Use it. Just
Which of the following devices can be replicated on a Linux-based computer using IP tables? I feel like it's, when you say IP tables, to me, I hear router.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
what I had
Yeah.
too.
And so they're replicating a
Let me
router.
use switches.
Well, it,
No, switches are the MAC tables.
Switches are
Mhm,
MAC
they are.
tables, frames, and routers are packets and IP tables.
Go ahead, Saviatu.
yeah, it's firewall. It's firewall.
You like firewall?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Using IP tables to inspect and properly handle network-based traffic.
That sounds like what a firewall does, doesn't it?
that's a firewall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but here we go. We've got, this is a layer 3 device. We've got a layer 3 device, layer 2 device. When I hear networks, I think of layer 3 as well.
Okay.
Well, your switch is internal network though, and firework is back and forth. So
IP
I like
table.
how the inspecting and properly handle network traffic. Although that's what a router is.
Using IP tables.
Yeah.
Let's
I
find
think
out. I think Safi's right. It is C, but yeah. That's because IP tables, blah blah blah.
Wow.
Solid, Hasafiatu.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you got that.
Yeah, because IP table can be firewall. What do you call it? Software.
So when you see IP tables, does your mind jump to firewall?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
firewall. Software firewall. It doesn't have
Mhm.
to be physical. It's
Okay.
software.
All right, everybody else, we just have to get this IP tables concept linked in our mind
Yeah.
with firewalls.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
That's how I do it. I don't memorize everything. I memorize the keywords, and then
Yeah. Yep. You're a keyword lover,
Security
and I'm with you.
certificate in 10 days.
Hmm.
There was ad in 10 days.
I didn't hear you, but because I didn't hear you, I'm going to ask you to read.
Okay. Which of the following best describes the weakness in web encryption? Okay. The initialization vector of web uses a crackable RC4
Oh, boy.
encryption algorithm. Once enough packets are captured, an XOR operation can be performed and the symmetric keys can be derived.
That is
Oh,
totally
boy.
Greek to me.
Which is the longest
I don't
answer?
know.
Which is the longest answer, guys?
One thing I
That's
will
the one
say
we
about
go
this,
with.
though, this is a thing. Crackable
B.
RC4 encryption algorithms. That's a thing. Those are crackable. So I will say that's true.
Jeez.
They're using
B
that to
is the
throw you off,
longest one.
B.
They're using that
Okay.
to throw you off, Charlie.
They're using what? What's that, my dear?
They're using that to throw you off.
Mm-hmm.
Table. The cracking table. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Let's not get too complicated here. Let's go through the answers. So again, what we're looking for is the best
Weakness.
description of the weakness in web.
WEP. Okay.
The web
Is that
key
a
is
Oh, boy.
C? MD4?
I got to go with B. I'm sorry.
Hold on, I'm googling it.
Okay,
Well,
web is
I'm
using
going with
web
D.
uses like
I'm going with
web
D.
uses like I
Web
sorry.
web is a small t. Web is a small pool of random numbers
Mm,
to make
Yeah,
the
4 digits, right?
yeah.
D. So it's easy cracked.
Remember when I said you could brute force it?
Yeah, you can brute force like a small pool. You need a stream. So if you see a pool, it's just small, but if it's a stream, it's a large key. So this is just a small random, and anybody can crack it. It's very very easy. But if you said stream, then is the strongest. So I don't see stream in the other.
I mean, yeah, D is good.
Yeah.
But does the WEAP has an MD4 hashing algorithm?
That's the what?
Does it have an MD4 hashing algorithm? It doesn't, right?
Hashing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a hash, but look, the hashing is just a small pool of random numbers. You understand that?
Key. The
It's
key.
just like store. It's not, like the SHA 265, it has like a lot. It's gonna give you like a fat essay. But this is just a small pool. So like SHA and the other big ones are stream.
Yeah,
Okay.
I understand, but isn't it MD4 is a hashing that gives you, it's a small hashing mechanism?
Yeah,
I know MD5 is better than MD4, so.
Yeah, but this one, that's what I'm saying. The keyword here is small pool of random. That's why I'm going with D.
Let's see the answer.
Yeah, let's do the
It's
answer.
probably D, but.
God, dog.
Yeah, look, read. It's good. It's good they're giving you something like this. Professor Mercer has this, and then he just elaborate more with the notes and everything.
Wow.
Monge, Hannah.
That was not easy.
Moving right along. Beep, beep.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, but you just have to find one or two keywords
Yeah.
to hold on to.
Listen to the lady. The keywords are really helpful.
Yeah. See, that's why, because it's a lot. It's detailed. So you need to have at least 2 keywords to attach. That's how I study.
To the
So it's a
following
lot.
can be
It's a lot.
used on a smartphone to best protect against sensitive data
Okay.
loss.
You wanna read, William?
Go for it, William.
Which of the following can be used on the smartphone to best protect against sensitive data loss if the device is stolen? Select 2. Tethering, screen lock pin, remote wipe, email password, GPS tracking, and device encryption.
I know C is one of them.
C is definitely one of them.
C is one of them.
Yep.
And D is another one.
I'm with Nancy. I'm going B and F.
You like B and F for Nancy and Aiden? Screen lock pin and
BNF.
device encryption.
I know remote wipe, it is a stink.
Remote wipe is when you,
remote wipe is something for sure, but
Yeah.
that's for when you get stolen.
Yeah, that's what it is. If the device is stolen.
Yeah, I mean, I have C as an answer for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's F or
I'll
B.
say F too.
F,
Yeah.
D,
I kinda like-
C, and F.
E, you cannot use GPS track. I mean, you can track the phone, but like, what's use of is if that phone is like end up in India, you
Yeah.
cannot
But
go
E-
and retrieve it. Like if it's encrypted, you cannot like.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't protect against sensitive data loss, even
So
though you
you're-
know where it is.
Oh, yeah,
you're
exactly.
thinking remote wipe and device encryption, Mahmoud?
Yes, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
C and F.
What did you say?
Yeah, but Kaiser, if they're asking you for location, that's when you choose E. If they're asking you for location,
Yep.
then E
Okay.
is correct. But they're asking you for a specific data loss, so it's gonna be C and F.
C and F, yeah. Device encryption
agree.
is always something that
device.
I want to go on the record as saying it is actually B and C.
Okay.
And C.
All right.
No. Okay, C and F. Okay. See.
See you now.
Remote wipe and device encryption. Good
That's
job, Aiden. Good job, guys.
You can't go against Safiato, okay?
I have to
No,
though. I can't. I got to battle her.
Sure.
No, no,
You're
no,
not
Raul,
ready yet, Charlie.
I'm not ready yet. I'm only a Padawan.
let me give you the key. Look, it says data. Data is very important right now, and the device. You know, the computer has a device, encryption device in the device. So it's a full data encryption. That's why I chose
I
F.
just didn't. I didn't feel like you really. Yeah, you can, of course, but
Mine 100%, because
Yes, you can.
I don't know why I think I'm gonna get the phone back, which is kind of dumb, right? You like let the phone go and just wipe the thing, and they're never. You encrypt it and wipe it, right?
encrypt
Yeah,
it
you just
and
wipe
wipe it
it
if it's
with
gone.
the-
Yep.
Yeah, but the
next-
pin is just, it's still in my, right, it still protects it because it's for when I have it, not when it's stolen. I like their explanation, right? Hey, remote wipes for when it's stolen. You're like, oh, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Is that what it
next
said?
thing, if they ask you, how can you trace the phone? How can you retrieve the phone? And
Yeah.
you need a location. You need a location because if the person is using the phone, they can use the internet to track where the device is. So location is fine, but
Oh, yeah, but that's what I mean. The GPS tracking and screen lock are when I know the phone is in my
Possession.
possession. Yeah. The other two though, like when it's stolen, what happens, right? And that's when that's even more important.
But when you use the screen lock and GPS tracking, Nancy, I just missed that.
When I know my person has their right in their possession, that's when I would keep it. If it was significant information to me, I would have a GPS track on that phone all the time,
Yeah.
right? Because that's
Find my phone. Find
Yeah.
my phone.
Find my phone all the time.
Oh, don't
Yep.
even remind me.
Always keep it on.
All right. Cool.
Next one.
Moving on. C8. This is a miserable one. A security
boy.
engineer is given new application extensions each month that need to be secured prior to implementation. They do not want the new extensions to invalidate or interfere with existing application security. Additionally, the engineer wants to ensure that the new requirements are approved by the appropriate personnel. Which of the following should be in place to meet those two goals? So the two goals again are they do not want the new extensions to invalidate or interfere with existing application security, and they want. So these are the two rules. Goals.
Change
Excuse me.
oh wow, we have 5 choices, right?
6.
yeah,
Choices.
Choose two.
Yep.
I don't like this kind of fat ethics. It's a
So
lot.
we want the new extensions to not mess with the old ones.
Yeah, you don't want it to mess with the old one. So
I say B and E.
I like B.
Yeah, I like change control
yeah,
policy.
B
I agree with B.
B, yeah. And well, I'll go with B and
Application audit policy. B and F.
D. I'll go with
Yeah.
D and D.
I'll go with D. And
Testing,
Yeah, I like that one too. Regression testing policy.
D
because
and
That's
it
D.
can't
test-
interfere with what's already there.
Yep, that takes care of the first rule. The first rule is taken care of by D, I believe. And the second
But, no,
rule,
D means like, everything is working fine. The network is working fine until Charlie plugs his, cell
Device.
phone or,
Yep.
or device or something. So
Yep.
regress sounds good. Regress
I like D. What else for the second rule? The engineer wants to make sure the new requirements are approved by the appropriate personnel. Change control policy? I haven't heard this. I've heard this as change management. I haven't heard change control.
Yeah.
Incident management? I don't think so. Escalation policy or application audit policy? I gotta go with B and D on this one, guys, for me.
C and D sounds good.
B and E, as in
Okay.
Edward.
As
Oh,
an
okay.
escalation. All right, let's find out. 5, 4, 3, 2.
B and D it is.
Regression means, something is going bad, going wrong.
Can you
And
scroll
they don't
down a
want
little
that.
bit? Sorry about that, Satya too. Can you scroll down just a bit, Charlie?
Yes, yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay, go ahead, Satya too.
No, I said, B is like everything is going bad. And they don't want that. They don't want everything to, screwed out. Everything is going fine. I don't want to do it this way, and then everything is gonna screw up. So definitely, D is one of the best ones.
Can I read the question, Charlie, really quick?
Yeah, and also read the explanation too. That's gonna elaborate what the question is.
You want me to read them both aloud?
No.
No.
You don't have to.
No,
No.
it's all good.
Does incident management and escalation policy for me have something to do where something's happened and now this is our approach to it,
Yeah.
right? An occurrence, an incident has happened, right? This is, then these are two. Application audit, I think, has more to do,
You now want the new extensions to invalid.
once a month or twice a month, whatever, right? We have how we're tracking a certain application is being used within our organization. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I haven't heard of change control policy, but I guess we should think of that in the same context as change management.
It is. I looked it up, and that's kind of the same, right? Change control policy, procedure, and form pulls up at the same time when we're talking about change management policies.
Can you do some question in this context? Because I think this is a little bit.
What would we call this?
Policies, I think.
Try to read the explanation. It's gonna help you.
What are we trying to do?
Yeah.
We're thinking about sidebarring under change control policy questions. There's only one. That's weird. I don't even know which one to click because they're
Application security.
They're also specific. They're pretty general, these ones. You know? You want to do them? Let's do them.
What question what number?
We're on C. We're on C7 or C8. And we were going to go off on a tangent for a minute. If we can figure out where to go. Application security. All right, let's try this one. J52. Which of the following application security principles involves inputting random data into a program? I don't know how I know that one, but I do.
That sounds like
D.
Yeah, I heard you, Aiden. Was that?
no.
Were you mumbling that sounds like fuzzing?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, when you're inputting random data in your program, you're fuzzing. That's part of the one of the definitions of fuzzing. You do this to your own applications to test them.
I just know it's not A or B, and it probably doesn't sound like it's a D. So
No.
Wikipedia says fuzzing or fuzz testing is an automated software testing technique that involves providing invalid, unexpected, or random data as inputs to a computer program.
Okay.
Yep.
That's it. That's your answer.
Look at that. Look at that. That is word for freaking word. All right. Which of the following is an application security coding problem? Error and exception handling, patch management, application hardening, or application fuzzing? Application security coding problem. I have not the foggiest idea.
Just like has management in the words, we'll patch management.
Right?
Just because I have management in the answer.
Jesus. That's where I'm at with it. Management. I like that. That sounds official. Jesus Christ.
All right,
An
which of the following
application security coding problem.
So it's not application hardening. It's not application fuzzing. Patch management. Hey, I don't know. Error. So I think it's 50-50 between A and B.
Yeah.
Coding problem. Problem.
A. Coding problem is A.
That makes, yeah, that if you read that the end of that, it makes B go away. Right?
Yeah.
Coding
Yep.
problem. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah. It makes sense to me.
All right, let's find out.
Hey.
Boom.
Boom. We're catching fire. Exception handling, huh? This is so
Oh, I
weird.
like it. Error handling is an aspect of secure coding. Errors occur, the system should revert back. So it's sort of like what we're talking about when we do, we save a state, right, with our programs,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, here's
the virtual box, right? We can go back to that earlier.
revert
known
back.
version, Yeah,
Yeah. Snapchat.
thank you.
Snapshot, yep. All right, here we go. We're still moving on with these questions. An IT security technician is actively involved in identifying coding issues for our company. Which of the following is an application security technique that can be used to identify unknown weaknesses with the code? You got to
So
test
because
your
we
code.
know what the four are, I mean, we know it's A.
Yeah.
It's not denial of further. It's not fuzzing. It's not port scanning.
Yeah.
I get a little bit worried when it seems so obvious.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for the time when I become more like Safiaku.
Oh! I knew that was a little premature.
Yes, Monjana.
Go back and what's the question again? That's awesome.
I don't even know.
How do you use fuzzing to identify weaknesses?
Just
You
use
throw-
the
you-
definition again. That's funny.
Application security technique.
Weakness in coding.
Huh?
I think
I heard you.
Weakness in coding. So this has nothing to do with scanning. It says coding. And C is a testing tool. They use it to test the tool. I mean code.
Well, what tests here? We got this test this tests, and this tests.
Her
port
point being, the
scanning, it's not.
scanning is of the
doesn't have anything.
system, it's not of the code.
Yeah.
The only one in there that talks about code,
It's
if I'm
fuzzing.
right, is
That's
fuzzing.
it.
I'm just interpreting what I thought you said, Safiatu.
Writing in
It's so like, well, now it's obvious. Thanks, Safiatu.
Huh?
I think Nancy is right. I mean, when you see it, it's so obvious. Just be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also just remember we're on a tangent about it. We're going through questions about one specific subject, so a lot of the same concepts are going to keep showing up, and you feel like they're not the answer for everything, and they might be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which of the following would prevent a user from installing a program on a company-owned mobile device? And again, we've got two bull answers and two decent answers for me.
Well, I think it's whitelisted.
Well,
Hey.
whitelist.
Yeah,
I like whitelisting a lot.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like access control lists, but not as much.
ACLs. I don't think that has to do. It's
Mobile devices, that's probably not.
yeah. ACL is more of permissions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is a form of an application security which prevents any software from running on a system unless it's okay.
We just studied that yesterday.
Yeah, but do you know how to use this? Application goes with whitelisting, and ACL goes with hardware.
Mhm.
Like
Hardware.
hardware, yeah.
Yeah.
And then geotagging it is what? It's like a GPS?
Yep.
Geotagging would not allow you to like location. If you don't want me to know your location, then you send off the geotagging when you disable it. If not, we're gonna know your location. Geotagging has like geographic location of something.
Geotagging is the metadata in your photos that tells you where the photo was taken, for example. That can be used in geotagging.
Well, I was going to share too,
Huh?
right, there's also the geofencing.
I know.
So you can put a
Yes.
virtual perimeter around your device.
Yes.
If it moves beyond that, right, alarms go off. And then that's where it has to come back to, right, that you're able to do a tracking, a GPS tracking of it as well.
Everybody get that code, that keyword, geofencing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. Nobody fences me in. All right. A couple more on this section. E49. Which of the following application security testing techniques is implemented when an automated system generates random input data? And again,
Hey,
Yeah,
fuzzing.
because we know it now.
Yeah.
that wasn't very fun. All right, we got two more on this section.
All right.
The call center supervisor has reported that many employees have been playing pre-installed games on company computers, and this is reducing productivity. I thought it would reduce the workforce. I mean, reduce the staff if they're playing games on company time. Jesus. Which of the following? What's that?
Can you scroll down? I can see the answers. Can you scroll down a little bit?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay.
How's that?
All right.
Let's start one more time. The call center supervisor has reported that many employees have been playing pre-installed games on company computers, and this is reducing productivity. No shit. Which of the following would be most effective for preventing this behavior? Okay. Acceptable use policies. Sounds good. Host-based firewalls. I don't know. Maybe. Content inspection. I don't know. Maybe. And application whitelisting. Sounds good. Ugh. But it's probably
For me, I think it's the pre-installed.
Yeah.
okay.
If it was
Pre-installed.
web-based gamed, I would go with application. I mean, sorry, if it was web-based, I would go with A, acceptable. But since it's pre-installed, I'm going with application whitelisting.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Okay. I like your confidence, guys. Good job. Application whitelisting is a form of that.
Nancy got it. Now she got the trick.
The thing I struggle with is reading is really the having my mindset of the questioning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. I don't think it's easy to do questions the way we're doing them. Like we're all looking on the screen. I think it's easier to just read them in your head, right?
Yeah.
You know, so just give yourself a little bit of a break. I think this isn't the easiest way of doing these.
I like that we read them aloud, though.
Yeah, I mean we're here to go through them together.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh boy, let's skip that one.
All right, we can just go back to where we were, which is right here, and then next, and then we're back into the C's. Okay, which of the following technologies uses multiple devices to share work? Switching, load balancing, RAID, or a VPN concentrator?
B, load balancing.
Yeah, I share. This word throws me off right here. Work. But when I read the answers, I do like that. Multiple devices to share work. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's just sharing,
Yeah.
I was thinking about switching. No.
No, I mean I like switching.
Share work. I think it's
Load balancing too. I don't know. It's not RAID and it's not a VPN. Even RAID is a shared work.
Yeah, because it's data redundancy, but that for me is not necessarily that I thought that was more had to do with storage than it actually had to do with working.
Yeah. It's a story.
Yeah, yeah.
Load balancing, and so switching, same thing, right? You're telling things to go, right? You go here, you go there, but that's more, I think that is directing traffic right, than determining work. A
No, this is
VPN
your work.
concentrator, I don't know, for me, load balancing makes sense because it's that you are saying, we all have work to do. How many of you do I need to work with to get my job done, right? And what's our process for doing that? So I don't know. That's
The only counterpoint I have to that, Nancy, is that I feel like multiple devices, and then I see load balancing, and then I remember though that load balancing just basically is evening the load to your servers, so it is multiple devices. So that could be.
That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just that last word throwing me off.
work. Yeah.
I
But
haven't
load
heard.
balancing is about the work and how all your devices are going to be doing the work and which ones, right?
All right, take the guess, guys. I'm gonna end up with B.
B.
Wrong, but I
B.
go with B.
There you go.
I just
Actually,
I never.
part of the AWS cloud training. It's like a 6-hour course. I did like 1 hour so far, but that
had
they
more.
actually have some of that, right? Because there is
Yeah.
a load balancer where it's like, hey, you can pay them to have, sort of a virtual host, and that host will be like, do we need more order takers or do we need more people like processing the work, right? And
Yeah.
it's interesting how they do it.
Yeah. I think it's interesting the way they word these questions. If that said workload, I can tell you right now I would have immediately jumped at B. But the reason it didn't say, I don't know. That was kind of. So just bear in mind, guys, that they're gonna read these questions differently than you're used to hearing them. I think that's part of the ways they try to get you.
Yep.
Somebody pick me up on reading on this one.
Which of the
What's that?
following
Hang
would
on.
Peter?
Hang on 1 second, Mahmoud. What's that, Safi?
I said they just want our money. Let's go.
Yeah,
for
that's right.
education.
That's right. They just want our money.
Mhm.
So
You, Mahmoud?
which of the following would Peter, a security admin, most likely implement in order to allow employees to have secure remote access to certain internal network services such as file services? So VPN.
Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
packet filtering firewall, VPN gateway, switch, or router.
Is VPN jumping out to everyone?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nancy, I'll always go back to your when it's so easy like that.
Except for that one where it fooled us.
I mean, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Let's move on. No point in wasting time on it. We
Yeah.
know what a VPN is. Good. Okay.
All right.
And guys, it's 7:59. I don't know what you guys are thinking as far as when we stop, but I'll just
Let's do one more.
okay.
Unless
It's
it's crap, and then let's close on a good one.
Yeah, let's try to get this one. Peter has read and write access to his own home directory. Good for you, Peter. Peter and Ann are collaborating on a project. Peter would like to give Ann write access to one particular file in his home directory. Which of the following types of access controls would this reflect? All right, so let's just think about this. Would like
Yeah.
to.
Read, write, execute.
Peter would likely like to do. Okay. So I'll go with D.
D or B? I'm sorry, love. What did you say?
D like dog.
Yeah, I like discretionary access control as well. What do you other guys think?
Mhm.
It's not. It's not A and C.
Why, Kaiser?
Role is just like you are giving back. But it sounds like job-based access, and he just want to give one file access to one file.
I mean, this is just a person collaborating with another person, right? So we don't.
Mhm.
It doesn't imply that Peter has a bunch of groups underneath him he needs to use role-based access controls with, right? It just says Ann wants in. So that it's up to Peter. So it's either for me that it's up to his discretion.
So yeah.
Mandatory access controls are oftentimes like when they give you a rule for every single file. Every file's got like top secret, above top secret, or something like that. You're gonna see mandatory access controls expressed in that way. I think this is D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Kaiser, you know what? This is Peter's. It's his file.
His stuff,
He
yep.
created it. So he has every right to give it to you or not.
Why? Because he's the owner of the data, right, Safi?
He's the owner. Yeah, he's the
Yep.
owner. And
His own
A,
discretionary.
yeah,
It's his shit, yep.
A means role based. Role based means like they're gonna give it to you on my role. Like what is my role in the company?
Yes.
You know, and
This,
then
this,
rule,
yep. Keep going.
the rule has to be with time of the day. Like you can
Or
do,
other
you can
things,
do
yeah.
this thing at this time. Or
Yeah.
you know what? This thing is not allowed to do daytime. You can do it nighttime. And then C is like the government. The government uses C. It's like a top secret or private or these kind of rules that they put. So C and D has to do with like individual. If
Yep.
Charlie has a packet, he doesn't want Satyati to do it. He's not gonna give it to me. And
Now,
he
Safi, this
also,
can happen within enterprises. This discretionary access control, it can happen. I just don't think it does very much.
yeah, it can like an admin do that. Remember?
Yeah.
They
But
have
they are,
managers and they
then we get into the whole concept of data owners versus data managers, data stewards.
So I found a great article on Techotopia, and it
Yeah.
literally goes through them one at a time, right? So mandatory access control is the strictest, and it really is, right, is handled, right, most top secret, most confidential, and so it's the one where it says on this, right, the system administrator would put a lot of different controls and processes to determine who gets access when,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
on the role based, it would be, it either could be based on the application, but it also has to do with your role in the company, right? Is if
Sure.
I'm an
Yeah,
accountant, I only get this.
my
Yeah.
job.
Right. On the rule, it is, as you said, right? Rules are based and you'll do it on like, access control lists, things like that. It's more of that logical. And then the discretionary, the one that I liked, it actually says that it allows the owner of certain types of information to control who also gets access to that file.
The owner.
So that's where on that. So that's,
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because C is like, when you're working with the Pentagon or you're working at the White House. That's
Mhm.
when, remember when we did, what do you call it, networking. It says message of the day. So it's gonna just give it to you, the burner. The burner will just give it to you, access to this file. It's like blah, 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 blah. And then they're gonna set the port security to shut it down or to restrict it or just drop it or whatever. I don't know if you can remember. So it has to do with C. But the D is like solely Charlie's right. If he doesn't want me to see, he's not gonna assign it. But he can give it to Nancy or he can give it to Mahmoud.
So it's a pretty good straightforward article on that one if you guys want to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank
take
you.
your chance and pull out the main points of like what the thing does. So mandatory is the most strict, right? Discretionary is the sort of in that way the
Yeah.
kind of the least.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do one more question before we go. Let's do one more of those simulation questions. These ones.
Oh, simulation. Oh,
Let's close with one of these because we're trying to work on these. We're on simulation 6, by the way. All right, this is actually a lot. I don't know if I want to get into this. The reason we could just keep going, guys, but I don't want everybody. I don't want myself to get burned out. I don't want you guys to get burned out. That's why we're trying to cut these off. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I'm ready to retire too.
drop as
Okay.
well.
Okay. Well, let's pick it up Thursday night then.
All right, thanks everyone.
All right.
Great
All
job
right.
tonight, guys.
All right.
That's in y'all. Good night.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Yeah,
Charlie.
great having you guys. New folks. We'd love having you. So
Good night, guys. Thank
Love
you.
being
Appreciate
here.
the invitation and hosting.
grab your links that you need out of the chat if you need them now.
Yeah. Charlie, I have a question.
Safi, what's up?
Yeah. Oh, but I'm gonna ask Kaiser first. Kaiser, how many
Sure.
questions did you say it was on Linux? Did you say 40 or 70?
Kaiser left, I think.
No, I'm here. I'm still here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking.
I know where you're going, and I believe the answer is 90. I think that's the number of questions we will have to answer. 90.
No.
They were not 90. I think they
Linux.
were 60.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said 40. Oh, wow.
How much is it?
No, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me think again.
Yeah, I think you said
40. Let me verify that. I'm pretty sure it's
40 and
40
you said
because
100.
you were supposed to add 40 times 20 is 800. Yeah.
How much?
So you have to
Okay,
pass.
so 40.
How much is that test? 100
370.
for the Linux?
Oh, no.
How much was it for the Linux, Kaiser?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
How much did it cost for the Linux exam?
120.
120. Okay.
Mhm.
Then we get hireable pretty soon. After we take Python, we should be hireable.
Yeah, well, guys, did you see the pattern videos I sent? You can subscribe to that guy's channel. He's very good.
Who was that was doing the Python videos?
Oh, I forgot his name, but he's
Yeah.
good. I sent it on.
Yeah. There's a
Oh,
there's a
yeah,
lot
that's
out there.
good. There's a lot of them up there.
And Charlie, I sent 2
Bless
for
you.
hiking.
Thank you.
That's it.
For hiking, these guys do hiking, live hiking. You can hook up with them, Charlie, if you want.
Really?
Yeah, I sent it to you. You didn't see it?
Where did you send it? In Slack? I haven't been on Slack all day.
No, yeah, on the Slack.
I'll check it out
Our Slack.
I'll check it out when we get off for sure.
Is it hacking she's talking about?
Yeah, hack today or something they say. These guys
Hackaday. I know Hackaday. Yeah.
Oh, Hackaday.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie, there's like
These
so
guys
many channels for us.
I know.
Is there any way, like you can
I don't-
archive them or
I don't know how. I can just destroy them. But the problem is I've been
I
able
think
to get
every time you add a person, it creates a new
a
channel.
new one, and it's like there's
But there's also a
Nancy's
history,
in one
yeah.
of the groups and not in the other one, and other people are like that too. We don't even have Aiden in the group yet, but
It took me a little bit to find the link, but
Well, can we archive the old one?
yeah, I'll clean it up.
No, don't get rid of it.
Well, it's got, I don't know. I might need to pay for Slack or something so I can add more people to certain things.
I don't know if Nana can do it. You know,
I don't
Nana
know. Where's
right?
Nana been? Nana hasn't showed up in a while.
He hasn't showed up in a while. I think he's back.
Yeah.
I believe.
When do you guys think you're gonna take it?
What?
I'm into
But-
March. I'm into March on mine. March on this Security Plus. I'm like
I'm
March,
thinking in like middle of March.
right?
I'm thinking late
That's my
March,
target.
early April is my target.
Yeah, but we have till July, so that's why I
You
don't
know-
want to run.
so Satyajit, when do you think you might take it? Because you seem prepared.
Considering you could take it yesterday.
I feel I should do more, you know, because I did these questions more than 10 times.
And there's like 1,000 questions. That's like 10,000 questions, dude.
I don't know
What?
when you guys have time to do all this, right? She's doing this and she's watching all these videos, and I'm like, I'm barely keeping up with class.
No,
I know.
I'm with you there,
Right?
Nancy.
She's home full time.
I am too.
Yeah. So
I am too.
I started
Me too, but like
November.
I have kids.
You got kids.
She
See, I don't
has
have
no
kids.
distractions.
You don't have. See, Safiatu is like me.
Yeah.
She didn't have nothing to worry about.
You have your mom though, Charlie.
Yeah, that's true, but she's a grown woman.
I started studying December, so I started this since December. So I
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
did I
I've
though.
been
So did
doing
I. You've moved in a different direction than I
Nice.
have.
You've been doing really well, Satya, too. All right, you
Yep.
guys, I'm going to bounce. Thanks so much
Yep.
for the time tonight. This is really great. I
All
appreciate
right, thank you.
Thank
Great having you
See you
guys
guys
here.
Thursday night.
All right,
Thank
see
you.
you.
Makes this
tomorrow
stuff.
night.
Yep.
Yes, see you tomorrow.
We'll see you Thursday, guys.
All right, bye
All
bye.
right. Good night.
Right.
Night,
Yes,
bye.
ma'am. Yes. Yo, what's up, Savi?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about YouTube. How can I set up my YouTube channel?
It doesn't take much. All you've got to do is just. What do you mean? I mean, if you have a YouTube account, you've got the ability to create videos.
Oh no, I don't have an account. That's why I was asking if you can help me with that
If you
sometime.
you don't have a Google account of any kind,
Yeah, I do.
that's the same as
But not-
YouTube.
Yeah, but not today.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll find a day so we can Zoom like 15, 20 minutes so you can walk me through.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Okay. All right. Thank
Be
you
happy.
All
so
right,
much.
guys.
Great
Night.
job
Thank you.
tonight, guys. Great job.
Good night.
Thank you,
Good
Charlie.
night. Yep,
Okay,
you're welcome.
bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.